Good afternoon, viewers. I'm back again. This is Ruchika Mehta, editor, Femina magazine, and I apologize for the delay in connecting. There were some technical issues with Ravina, and that's Ravina's connection, and that's how we got delayed. Today, we are talking to the very gorgeous and successful Bollywood star Ravina Tandon, also a very dear friend, on domestic violence, which is in relation to the Act Against Abuse campaign, which has been started by Femina a few days ago and has already there. I'm inviting Ravina, which has already received it's a huge, tremendous response. Ravina,
Hi there.
hello.
Wait,
How are
I'll just
you?
adjust myself. Hang on. Why can't I hear you?
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me?
No, suddenly the sound went. Hang on.
Okay, I'm on.
Yep, better. Hang on.
Can you hear me
Uh,
now? You're frozen, Ravina.
yeah, you got me?
I got you. How are you doing?
All well. Sorry you caught me in the midst of a shoot, so. But it's
No,
always great to see you and talk to
it's
you,
always
Ruchi.
great. Yes, it's hope you've been well and fine. Whole everybody's fine at home. You look gorgeous as
Everybody's good,
always.
safe, and keeping safe and healthy.
You're looking gorgeous as always. So good we caught you in the middle of the shoot. We saw this gorgeous Ravina here. Ravina, thank you for joining us. Thank you for your time.
Yeah.
Uh, Ravina has been one of the most vocal voices when it comes to women empowerment, when it comes to fighting for women's rights, when it comes for standing for women and everything that we all need support for. I have to compliment Ravina. She has always been outspoken, out there in the open, out there to reach out to women and lend a help. Thank you, Ravina. So I don't know whether you've noticed, but in Femina has launched this campaign called Act Against Abuse, which is the domestic violence campaign. The idea of the campaign was to reach out to as many women as we can by lending them a helping hand. We've set up a helpline. We've tied up with various NGOs, and we want all of them to come forward and not sit silent and tolerate abuse. The other concept of the other idea was also not just for the victims, it's also for somebody like you and me and everybody around who either see or hear domestic violence to not ignore it. Domestic violence cannot be ignored any longer. We all have to put our might together, fight this menace, and lend a helping hand to each one of them. You portrayed a abused wife in one of your most landmark films, Damini. That was way back, and you even won a national award for that. Uh, we still remember that movie. We still remember that very strong portrayal of an abused wife who comes back, puts her guts and glory together and fights it. Tell us, at that point of time, domestic violence always existed, but it wasn't so much out in the open like it is now. How did this thought about doing a movie on domestic violence come in? What was it for you like playing that role of an abused wife?
Okay, so the film was Daman, and it was directed by Kalpana Lajmi ji.
That's right.
That dealt with, yes, marital violence and abuse and marital rape, which, Ruchi, in those days, in the in the late 90s and
Yeah.
early 2000, the concept of a woman standing up against her husband was actually not so alien, but still a little
Unheard.
unacceptable amongst the mass audience that was there. And most of the movies that you saw, even if the hero wanted to kill the villain and his sister was married to the villain, the sister would come and say, "Mujhe goli maar do, lekin mere suhag ko bacha do. Mera pati mera devta hai." Kind of a
Absolutely.
feeling was there, and that even if he's a villain and he's done wrong, but he's my suhag, so he's my god. Kind of a feeling was there amongst most of the the atmosphere, the vibe was that in the movies that we saw right from the 70s to then. But Daman came at a time where suddenly it stood against all those, perceptions that were there. And it was about a woman who runs away. Is this young thing who's married to this complete, a very good actor from theatre and Hindi
Yes.
film industry, Siaji Shinde ji. He played that role of my husband, where he, literally perversely and sadistically beats his wife, and he's literally, a sadist, and she can't take it anymore, and she does not take up violence, but she runs away and starts her life afresh till the time he traces her down, which happens most of the time, where these women can't escape abusive marriages. And she, when it comes to her daughter, when he sees that the first time he lifts his hand on the daughter and he starts torturing the daughter, is when she can't take it anymore, and she actually kills him herself. Though we were not advocating that go out and kill your husbands, but the fact being that
You
this
speak
was
up.
the first time she took the roop of Durga and Kali and said, okay, this is it, cannot let this kind of a thing go on. So it came as a, I think it was accepted. It came as a complete change and a shock to people, that wow, this is like, really fantastic. And yes, it won the accolades that it really deserved. The critics were very, very kind, and uh, that was something that we strongly believed in.
I think that movie was a turning point. I mean, the portrayal of women in Indian cinema has always been the bechari. She was always meant to be about kids and kitchen in life. It was always meant to show a Sati Savitri. That was always the portrayal of women. And that was 2001 when Daman, was released. It was a great turning point. It was considered to be, much ahead of its time, and I do remember, there were very mixed reviews about it, that should we be showing this to our women, they'll become more gutsy, should we be doing this, we don't want our women to see all of them. But of course it was very critically acclaimed. Ravina, 2 decades later, we are in almost 2021 now, almost 2 decades later, the situation of women in respect to domestic violence really hasn't changed. We still, there is still that scourge of this menace. There are still millions of women who are victims of it.
Ruchi, just day before yesterday, there was that horrific incident that happened, where I think it was in Ghaziabad or somewhere up north, where this chap had 5 daughters and his wife was pregnant, and he slit open her abdomen to see
That's
what
right.
the fetus was, a male child or a female.
Gross.
I mean, how long is this going to go on? I feel
That's
somehow
right.
these people don't fear the law. I think our laws have to become even more stricter and more stringent and
That's true.
implemented. Our laws might be
Implemented.
there, but unfortunately, a lot of these people get easy bail and they're out again.
That's true. Our government has come forth and they have been strict laws about rape. I mean, a rapist is, but they're not doing much about domestic violence. And, I think domestic violence, even to a large extent in a country, is considered only physical abuse. They do not understand that the emotional abuse is as much or even more, which not only affects the woman at home, but even the children who live with her at home. Um, I like your point about saying the government hasn't made very strict laws. What do you think needs to be done? What should be the need of the hour right now?
The implementation, and to have fast track courts and zero tolerance to things like rape. And I have always said that there has to be, unfortunately, there has to be certain degrees of punishment. Yes, there are times when men are framed as well. There have been incidents where it's turned out to be, a false molestation case or a false rape case. Hence, so, but there have to be certain degrees of punishment, and also there has to be a proper form of investigation, so that no innocent is also put behind bars or is punished harshly. But if found guilty, most definitely there has to be harsh punishment, because I feel these criminals and these rapists are not scared of the law at all. There
That's
are
true.
rapes and this continues, and I made a film on that called Matra, where the victim is victimized again and again. And so
Yeah.
when is this going to stop?
Yeah.
And the fact being that there have been incidences where criminals have been caught, been put behind bars. The case and the investigation is going on. The criminals have been set free on bail or through influence, and they have come out of jail and threatened or probably murdered the girl's family and the girls and threatened them with dire consequences. Forget, I mean, dire consequences. They have murdered again.
Yeah.
So that
And
means
they
they're
move
not
around
scared at
freely.
all.
And they are scot free. They move
And
around
they're
scot
scot
free.
free.
Yeah.
I mean, what
yeah.
did we do with that juvenile fellow of, you think his psyche must have changed? He must be still somewhere roaming around free, molesting young girls.
That's true. I mean, that's true. I mean, it doesn't change.
They didn't give him any psychiatric help. They didn't give him any rehabilitation, nothing. They just gave him a swing machine and set him free.
And today he's an adult, so he's gotten away with any kind of punishment
He
also.
has.
Yeah.
So what do you think in some obscure, like really interiors of this country, that must be used as a precedence? That
Yeah,
अरे
you can get
बेटा
away
तू तो
with it.
16 साल का है, तू तो कर ले जो भी करना है, तू तो ते तू तो छूट
Absolutely.
जाएगा, कर ले.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You know, those elders sitting there smoking a hookah, they say अरे कुछ नहीं यार, छूट जाएगा 2 दिन के बाद, तू कर ले. So
जो
I mean,
करना.
what? So it's great that in 2016, you know, the age was brought down, the age limit of being a juvenile. Now in India, it's 16. If you commit a crime, it's
That's
not
fine.
18 like it used to be. So that was the one plus point that came out of the entire,
Nirbhay case.
you know, delay of justice. What happened, and ultimately, yes, there was justice for Nirbhaya. But
That's right.
it I mean, it needed something as ghastly and horrendous, and you know, I mean,
To
see the
shake up a
psyche of these
nation.
people. They
Yeah.
dehumanized her.
Yeah, to shake up a nation. I mean, it's
It
sad
was
that
so
we need
sad
cases.
that
Yeah,
we had to
need-
go through something like that to wake up to this.
Yeah, and which has been existing in your own homes, in your neighborhood, in your own families. It's
True.
all. I mean, it's always everybody turns a blind eye to that.
True.
You know, Ravina, Bollywood plays a very, very strong influence, especially in India. I mean, you know how Bollywood infested this country.
Ruchi, at least you say the Indian film industry, yaar.
Yeah, okay, yeah. The Indian
Please
film
don't make it
industry.
so frivolous. वैसे
I
ही
know.
ज्यादा मार खा रहे हैं आजकल हम इंडस्ट्री वाले.
No. We,
खाया पिया
you
कुछ
all
नहीं,
are
ग्लास
artists
थोड़ा
and
बारह ना.
you all are artists and there's a lot of respect for artists. So the entertainment industry has been a huge influence on on Indians, especially because of obviously, you know, they look up to them as icons. They kind of identify with them, with the stars who play the roles. But over the years, if you see, there hasn't been much done. There are not many movies made on domestic violence in the Indian cinema, which I think probably, you know, if everybody takes up this cause, you can reach a much wider audience. You can reach much wider people with a much stronger message. You know, how do you think, has it ever been discussed? Has it ever been an issue that has been taken up? What is your take on that?
Well, you know, this issue, movies on this issue have been made again and again. But I do feel that we need a little bit of government support. Unfortunately, our government does not, you know, even recognize us as an industry. Though the contribution of this film industry, of the entire Indian film industry, I would even add our Telugu, Kannada, Marathi, Bengali, Assamese, Gujarati, all
The
our regional film industries as one. We have contributed a lot to this country, to this great nation of ours. Besides the fact that our industries are known globally, we have contributed in every way, whether there's a calamity, a natural disaster, or fund collection, or doing individualistic kind of work for people at a mass level, from Sunil Dutt Saab to Sonu Sood today, from people like, you know, to a certain extent, uh, I think every one of us has contributed in some way and tried to do our best for society at large. Uh, so I think the kind of support that we would want from the government to back these kind of messages, but these kind of movies which hold such strong social messages is very necessary. Otherwise,
True.
you can keep making films on this, and they can come and go, and it won't really make a
Yeah,
difference.
there has to be conversion, there has to be action taken, there has to be some concrete measures which have to be taken. So for this campaign, Femina tied up with UN Women. So UN Women has come forward, held her hands in this campaign of Act Against Abuse. So they are the ones who are for, they have tie-ups with various NGOs, lawyers, psychiatrists, counselors. So it's a whole thing, and Femina kind of is trying to reach out. We will pass on these messages to the government. We are trying to work things out so that this we can kind of make a bigger noise about it. We can reach out to a larger audience. But that's a point taken, that yes, we need many more forces to come together to kind of counter this, and this huge challenge which is famous. But on the cinema part, do you think the portrayal of women has changed over the years of the Indian Nari in
Yes,
cinema?
absolutely, absolutely. I think so. Yes. Sometimes to my liking, and sometimes not to my liking. There are times where I feel that oh my God, ये कुछ ज़्यादा हो गया.
You played
But
some very gutsy roles all through, very gutsy roles.
gutsy appreciated.
Absolutely. In the
But
positive, for sure.
So it's I for example, the kind of films that are being made, whether it's San Ki Aankh, or it is you pick up films which are all women oriented these days, and it's whether it was Pink or it was any of these films, you really appreciate the kind of films that are being made, including Matra, that won a lot of critical appreciation.
Acclaim, yes,
So
yes.
I think yes, a lot has changed, especially from the 90s and the 80s. 70s was again a good time for Indian cinema, where women were portrayed according to what the time was.
Yeah.
And now I think in this decade, it is a very, very strong kind of films that are made, whether it's on feminism, equality, and equal opportunities. So I think that is something which is pretty fantastic.
Great. In 2017, when Matra was released, you penned down an open letter where you called out for men who were considering women as some kind of a commodity, and and the entitlement issues. How can we effectively encourage men, or rather sensitize men to this? I think the whole
See,
issue is about sensitizing our brothers, fathers, sons, everybody at home to this.
exactly. Ruchi, you almost answered the question that you asked. I have a lot of these talks where I'm talking to this huge audience of women collectively and a few sprinkled men all over. And I actually turn around and say, okay, we can easily sit here and do a lot of male bashing. But one has to remember that each man who committed a crime also had a mom and a sister at home.
Sister at home. That's true. That's true.
So, to a certain extent, we women are very, very responsible as to how we bring up our sons.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Most of the time, men or reflect of what they've seen in their homes.
That's true. That's true.
Many a times it's also a woman who is an enemy of the other woman who comes into the house. It could be a mother-in-law, it could be a sister-in-law, it could be anything. Why does that woman forget at that time? I've done a lot of work in the interiors of villages, and I see most of the women who are actually accomplices in torturing a young child who's just married or come home, especially these girls who get married when they're just 17 or 18.
Yeah.
At that time, I think it is important for the woman of the house to stand by that new young girl who has walked into your home, which that fails to happen under pressure, under fear, and they let the abuse and they let the torture happen.
Yeah.
So I feel to a certain extent, we women are responsible to condition
Yeah.
our
Absolutely.
sons, our brothers, our husbands, our friends, our colleagues,
Yeah.
and
And
teach
create
them
an
that the girl
environment.
next to you, or the girl sitting in class next to you, or the girl working next to you is also someone's sister, wife, mother, friend. And
I
she's
think it's
another soul whom you need to respect and protect.
And I think it's an entire ecosystem around us that,
Exactly.
kind of we need to sensitize. And I think I agree with you. I'm a mother of a son. So it all starts at home. Like they say for the boys, you land up doing what you grow up seeing. They always say
Exactly.
that. That's a very common saying. You'll end up doing what you grow up seeing.
I
So
mean,
this
I
is
think
very
you and
nice.
me are few of those privileged ones who've been brought up equally, with equal
Absolutely.
opportunities, equal chances, equal, I mean, there's been never any discrimination.
No gender equality, yeah, gender equality,
Exactly.
even not
But
even
there are so
it
many
wasn't.
homes where the girls are not allowed to do and the boys are allowed to do everything. The boys grow up seeing that. They practice the same thing with their daughters
Yeah, I
and their
agree.
wives.
Uh, Ravina, today, I mean, we still live in a patriarchal society, and strong women, strong, independent career women are still often, met with judgmental glances. They still are. And they're still stereotyped. They're still kind of bracketed into something. So, how do we deal with that? Or what would you have to say to people? I mean, we're in the 21st century, we are competing with the world ahead, but we still have those nuances about judgmental glances for a strong, independent woman. How? What do you have to say to men who pretend to be very modern and out there, but back home they still have a problem with the wife who goes out and is kicking? She's making good progress in the boardroom. What do you have to say to men like that?
If you go back into our ancient heritage, the the early Vedic period, the Hindu society was a very, very free, open society for women. Never had the parda system, never had, women were equal in every way. And that's where our Devis originated from, because they were power to reckon with. They were equal opportunities, and they actually, our queens ran a lot of states as well. The later Vedic period, yes, it did change. Mughal invasion, yes, it did change. And historically, that's when everything started seeping in,
True.
where women culturally started becoming, they had to play second fiddle.
Because the parda
Now,
system started, they had to be behind a parda at that point
exactly.
of time. That's
So
exactly where it started.
exactly. So at when all when all this started seeping in, different cultures started amalgamating, it slowly did become a patriarchal society. Sadly, the parda system came in, the veil came in, and it was almost regressive to have, women not taking part in important decisions. It was regressive for women not to be included in running a country, or running a state. Even in the pujas, some of the women were not allowed to sit. In a lot of kingdoms, women had to be behind parda. So that entire thing is going to take many, many years to change, because that has seeped so deep within our cultures, in our heritage, that to change that entire patriarchal system is going to take
Yeah.
a very long time. Now, yes, in our cities, in our metro cities, I see a lot of change. I see that change in villages as well. But again, for me, I think the actual change will happen when overall, when we've
Yeah.
even reached our interiors, where women have equal opportunity, equal economic status, equal economic salaries, pays, equal amount of no discrimination. And for me, that is the kind of social change, and that will be taking away patriarchy, where women have equal opportunities in education, uh, job opportunities, and whether it is in any kind of male held bastion as well. It
Yeah.
makes me proud today when I hear things of women in the Air Force, and women in the army, and women in combat. I think it is just fantastic kind of progress that our country is making, trying to shake off its past patriarchal, you know,
The taboos. The
yes,
taboos. Yeah,
yes.
great. Pravina, you've been fantastic. I mean, we've heard so much, and it's always so much more convincing, and there's so much more conviction when all this comes from you, because I have always heard you as that voice out there to reach out to women. So I'm just going to wrap it out by saying that how would you ask, what would you say to women who kind of still want to protect the husband who's abusing them, still want to say कोई बात नहीं, मैं उसको माफ कर देती हूँ, वो मेरे बच्चों का बाप है, I am happy to be physically and emotionally abused, but I am an abuser at the end of it. What do you have to say to women to like those where?
You know, I do believe that the Indian woman has some kind of an inner Shakti where she can almost multitask and do it all. Unfortunately, a lot of these women do not explore their inner Shakti, and they stay in their little shell, in their cocoon, and they gets away, or if the shadow gets away from her, literally that chhatra chaya, unki chhatra chaya mein rehna. If that goes away, they'll be almost, wandering lost, which is not true. That's when I believe that they will actually discover their
That's
own power. So it is very necessary for these women to break those ties, burn those bridges, and actually realize their inner power, that there is so much more to them. So, yes, taking abuse is as being complicit to the abuser. If you're sitting and
absolutely.
absorbing that, and it's not going to stop there, it's going to continue. So there has to be a
In fact,
limit.
tolerating
There has to
abuse,
be,
yeah, tolerating abuse is abuse itself.
exactly,
Yeah,
exactly.
it is
So I think they need to go out there and discover themselves. It's one
great.
life to live.
There's one life to live. Learn it from Ravina. See the way she does it. See her portrayal of a strong woman there, but still she's a fabulous mother back home. She's a fabulous wife, and she does all her roles amazingly. Thank you for joining us, Ravina. Thank you for those very encouraging words. And I do hope all our friends, moms, mothers, sisters, everybody out there has heard her out. And do not forget about being a victim. Do not even tolerate a friend or a neighbor or a sister being abused. Come out and speak. Thank you, Ravina. Wish you luck. We will be in touch with you. And thank you for supporting Femina on this campaign.
Thank you so
I'm
much,
going
Ruchi. Anytime, you guys are doing a great job.
we'll have you on soon. Thank you, viewers, for being part of it. Continue watching us, continue logging on to Femina India, and keep hearing our stories on Act Against Abuse. We will look forward to your feedback. There is so much more that we've been uploading every day on this campaign. Do help us to reach out as many people as you can. So share, like, subscribe to our platforms, and do spread the word around. Thank you for joining us. We will see you back in soon.